Good afternoon. I'll call the Board of Health meeting to order at 4:41 p.m. If everyone could, well, let me read the governor's order before we proceed. Sorry. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, and the governor's executive orders imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, although a quorum of the members of the Dudley Board of Health will be physically present for this meeting, no one in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted. The meeting will be broadcast live on Dudley Cable Access Television Channel 192, and members of the public can also access the meeting online via YouTube. In an event of an unanticipated interruption in this broadcast, we will post on the town websites an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Members of the public who wish to appear before the board committee must make an appointment to appear on an upcoming agenda by contacting Jennifer Knoyer, 508-949-8007, or boh@dudleyma.gov. Placement on the agenda is not guaranteed, however, and persons requesting to appear before the Board of Health should not attend a meeting in person unless and until the appointment has been confirmed by the Board of Health. Persons with matters appearing on a meeting agenda may request that they attend via virtual means rather than via in-person attendance. Such requests should be directed to Jennifer Knoyer, 508-949-8007, or boh@dudleyma.gov. No more than 72 hours, not counting Saturdays, Sundays, or legal holidays in advance, so that the appropriate arrangements can be made. Okay. However, persons or representative with matters appearing on the meeting notice agenda who wish to be physically present at the meeting must observe the following requirements. In accordance with existing requirements imposed by the governor, meeting rooms will be limited in terms of the number of total persons that may be physically present at the same time, including board members and staff. Satellite rooms will be available for overflow, and the meeting will be broadcast in real time in those satellite rooms. Persons who wish to participate in any particular matter on a meeting agenda will be asked to wait in a satellite room until that agenda item is reached, at which point attendees will be rotated between the main meeting room and the satellite rooms as appropriate. Social distancing must be maintained in both the main reading room and satellite rooms. Face masks or coverings will be required in accordance with Governor Baker's May 1st, 2020 COVID-19 Order Number 31, order requiring face masks in public places. A copy of that order can be found at https://doc/may-1-2020-mask. and face coverings/download. Failure to comply with these requirements may lead to an attendee's removal from the meeting. Okay. Now we'll move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm wiped out from that whole thing. My goodness.
Have a mask break.
Whew. Okay. Up next on the agenda is the renewal of the contract for the health agent for the month of August. So I will look for a motion.
I make a motion to renew the contract for Purcell Associates, is that what it is? For the renewal for the month of August.
A second?
Second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Okay. Up next, health agent report. Or any comments or anything.
I'd like to believe that we're getting back to normalcy, but it's no such thing. What we're doing is we're doing a lot of chasing, complaint chasing. We have a few things that we have to do. The rules have changed. They've softened up a little bit on the supermarkets. They've taken the door counting or the customer counting off the table now. Although the face mask policy or the face covering policy is, they really like to turn the screws down a little bit and encourage even stiffer enforcement. And it's all of us that have to go in and we have to keep re-educating. We're not trying to beat people up. We have to re-educate them and remind them that don't let their guard down. We're doing a great job, although actually we get down to some really astounding numbers. And I hate to see that turn around.
Yep.
Other than that, like I say, we're just chasing problems and
Okay.
chasing the complaints and trying to address them. Typically, it's people wearing masks, don't wear masks. We have the restaurants and all are they've expanded into some of their outdoor seatings and all of that. We've done some inspections, preliminary inspections, not full-blown restaurant inspections.
Right.
We'll get to that. They just weren't available. A lot of them weren't open. Even I see there's a concern about the nail salons. I've already spoken to her once. She's already confronted me. She spotted me one day and she come running out the door. And I'm ready for an inspection. When are you coming?
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
really
Oh,
good.
I wait for my helper to come and help me.
Let me know when. So I
Well,
can-
like I said, that was the basic. That's where I left it. I told her we'd be back pretty soon.
Okay,
A lot of the businesses that were open or not open, now they're starting to open up and, of course, we're addressing all kinds of other stuff like school opening programs and meetings and, good thing we're not actually planning the schools. It's more that we're refereeing and addressing the rules and making sure that some of the public health and safety requirements are in place. The nursing staff already at the school is there, but they wanted it from a different perspective, and we've been working with them, the schools on that. Other than that, it's just some of the day-to-day work, and I was supposed to go out and do my pools and my mosquito grenades, but I didn't send those out today. It'll be the next day or so. I've got 3 of them down this way that I have to address. So,
Mhm.
I've got all the packets in the car, and all I have to do is go toss them in. That'll take care of those.
these were vacant property pools.
Excuse me?
Were these vacant property pools?
Some of them are even, they're active properties.
Okay,
But at this point, I'm not too particularly concerned. I'm just gonna go throw the bait in. It's harmless anyhow, except for the mosquitoes. And if somebody wants to harbor mosquitoes and breed them, I might have something to say about that. Or the Board of Health, or the Public Health has something to say about it.
yes.
So we just go in and we toss them in the pool, and 2 of them will do for every pool.
Excellent.
Harmless to the birds and the bees and the dogs and cats and anybody else that drinks the water, so.
So you said there were 2 pools?
I-
There were 2 pools that you were going to be treating?
3?
3?
3 pools?
3.
I think there's 3 pools, right?
I have 3, yeah. I have 3 of them right now. One is in-ground and there's 2 above ground that I've got complaints on, so. We will be taking care of those. I
Okay.
had an emergency soft serve ice cream thing I had to go to, so.
Any questions for Tom? I don't think so. Okay. Up next, public health nurse.
All right, so we were at 0, so now we've moved up to 6. We've had a lot of people who have done serology testing, and serology testing is still, can come back as a false positive, so the DPH and epidemiologists, they recommend that you do a swab to go with it, and a lot of people have not, I guess the guidelines haven't met the labs, I'm not really sure. So that's some of the people that we have on right now, so we have a lot of guidance out there still. We updated our Board of Health webpage for some COVID teaching, and we did some mosquito stuff on there too for Tripoli and West Nile. But, we all just have to make sure we don't put our guard down. The virus is still there. We still have to make sure we wear our masks or our facial coverings, wash our hands, practice social distancing. I like to add that, we see a lot of these partitions, but it's not either or, it's not mask or partition, it's both. This is just to protect the two of us, but the mask is what protects any, spit from coming on me or me getting it onto either one of you. So, it's just really important for us to remember that we have to still practice all the guidelines that are out there. We're still in phase 3, step 1. We haven't moved out of that yet.
Phase 3, step 1. Right.
Step 1. So tomorrow is another local Board of Health conference call. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any changes tomorrow, but after I do that webinar, that conference call, I'll update everyone to see if there's any changes right with that. I think that's really all about the COVID piece that I wanted to bring up. Was there anything else that? Want me to bring up the Nichols part?
Yeah.
I got an email in the beginning of the week from a follow-up from Kathy Nicoletti from Nichols. We've been emailing back and forth about the reopening plan for the school. So we are going to meet as a board, the two of us and Tom, we're gonna go meet her next week on Thursday. It's tentative right now. She's just waiting for one of her colleagues to meet us. So we can kind of go over the tentative plan for Nichols students coming back to campus. So that'll be on Thursday. Right now, we just don't have a time. So we just want to let everyone know that we're working on that. And then we were gonna meet with Mr. Lundwall, who is the director of a program in Southbridge, and there's one in Dudley. So he wanted us to just kind of do a walkthrough. So we'll reach out to him to confirm a time. So we talked about that, and we also talked to, baseball, and then we talked about a couple other camps, sports camps and stuff like that. So just gave them some feedback and some guidelines. Everyone's been pretty compliant and done a really good job of reaching out to us, so.
Excellent.
I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add?
No, also, to go along with Nichols, we did get a call from the new food director up there. He has reached out to us as well. I just got that message. So I'm going to reach out to him and let him know that we're going to be up there next week, and that he wants some guidance with the new standards for reopening and things. So I will just make a whole afternoon of Nichols College next week, so.
We'll get some swag.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Who's the new food service director up there?
Matt Crew. So, but again, it's been great that everybody's been reaching out to us. When they have questions, concerns, or there's going to be something coming up. And that's another thing. Are you all set? I'll jump right into this next thing that I just thought of. I have it under here. Mr. Chaplin from Shepherd Hill reached out via email, yes, and wants to touch base with the town like he did the last time regarding the procession.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Right.
He wants to reach out about a graduation and some things, bounce some stuff off of us. So I was going to reach out to him and have him see if he could attend next Thursday at 11 to the meet with the town administrator, police, fire, just to touch base, see what's going on, what they're looking to do, and if it falls in line, we definitely want them to do something. We just need, touch base with him, so I appreciate him reaching out to us. It's been great communication.
I believe Bay Path is July 25th.
They're doing a graduation?
Yes, on the field, outside. Only the parents are allowed.
Parents only?
The parents of the graduate. So that is scheduled for this Saturday, the 25th.
He should, if we're talking about Mr. Chaplin and the graduation, instead of coming in here empty-handed, you should probably be prepared, come in with a,
Right,
with a layout of the turf and separation, and
right, and like,
if it's gonna be 2 or 3 in each cluster, the clusters are gonna be 6 feet apart.
and
the-
that's,
The graduate and the parents, I don't know how he plans on setting them up.
that's what we weren't sure, and, you know, what was the graduation going to entail? Is it just
If they're gonna
simply,
limit it to 2 parent, or two from the family plus the graduate, my suggestion, the easiest route would be to have the parent and the graduate, the 2 parents and the graduate in one cluster of 3, instead of having all the students over on one side and trying to do social distancing there, and then the parents on another side. It's just as easy to go in and.
right, and that's what we wanted to see, like, I want to touch base
Right.
with him to see what is he looking at, and what is graduation going to consist of? Just awarding diplomas, you know what I mean? How long of a process, that kind of things, just to touch base, and like you said, get diagrams and information.
Right.
So, that just came in today as well.
That many kids, that's like a 2 or 3 hour process.
I know, that's,
Announcing all the awards, all the scholarships, all the.
I think they do that often ahead of time. Yeah, those are not actually done on graduation day.
I know,
Just give the
I
diploma.
know that they've done them in the past, but I know that I saw some online, like the bank that had the Webster First up here.
A one-time thing, or is this something that they hand out the actual diploma?
this is the diploma.
That's a 3 hour process,
Yeah.
Laurie.
Bay
Just
Path
went
did
through
all
it with
the,
my granddaughter in Shrewsbury. That was about 3 hours.
wow.
That's what we want to know, like, you know,
Right, timetable.
are you doing all the awards and scholarships and things like that? Or, you know, I know in years past, they have done it, like at the prior things and different things, and I know like,
A separate occasion.
right, and they were printed all online and everything. So just trying to figure out what we're talking, because that makes a difference, how long,
I'm only speaking from Bay Path's experience,
Yeah.
and they literally only gave diplomas out because Bay Path has such a large student, like their class size is much bigger than that.
oh, yeah.
They only handed diplomas out, so it's not a bad suggestion.
No.
And it went by very quickly.
So,
Well, I
we'll,
mean, they got a lot of work to do in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Just 2 weeks, they've got to put this package together.
yeah. So,
16 days or whatever it is.
we'll see. So, let's see. The other thing that I have is, in the packets, there's just a list of concerns.
Yep.
If you can just touch base with them, let us know. Those are just some things that, over the time, have come in to my brain, not. Does anyone have anything else to add on that list?
My question is, you want me to check on each one of these facilities,
Yes.
not just the hot dogs in each one of them?
No, just, no, but that, you know what I'm saying about that. No, just, and I'm not looking for necessarily a full inspection.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for,
No, we're gonna do a full inspection on these.
okay,
These are legits that they're due.
right,
I mean, up until a few
Right.
weeks ago, they weren't even open, so.
no, and that,
They should have been all done over and all up fresh and clean and tidy.
right, so
It should be ready for a good inspection.
might as well, you know.
Yeah. Golden nails,
Right.
again,
And the
I
other,
have to get my boss, one of my bosses to come with me.
yes, you can arrange that with Lori, that would be great.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is just stuff that we talked about this morning,
Yeah,
that,
with Nicoletti
yeah.
and Miss McCarthy, so,
yeah.
yeah, it's not a problem. We're gonna be able to handle all that. Roberta had mentioned Little League. We've already read the Little League guidance program that they put together, and it was on my desk.
Yep.
It's fine. That fits the standard protocols for Little Leagues, and now they've gone into games. They're allowed to do some games and scrimmages. It was more camps than anything else, but until this past couple of weeks.
And I did receive an email from Dudley Little League regarding the group that is using the Little League fields.
Yeah.
Dudley Little League is not, but the gentleman, remember the other gentleman who was here, I can't recall his name, that was on with us,
Oh, yeah.
that was gonna be using
Yeah,
to
last month,
practice.
yeah.
Right. The head of Dudley Little League, Dan, said they will not be using the restrooms. The restrooms will not be
Yeah,
available
that's
to them.
fine.
Which I said, that's good, that'll, you know,
So
it's
there's a
just,
protocol that we use for if they're gonna be using the restrooms, the town would go down, once a week, clean the restrooms.
Well,
because
actually,
they
it-
do the deep cleaning once a week.
it'd be the Dudley Little League because they,
Yeah, or the Dudley
yeah.
Little League.
So that's why they don't
Do
want,
deep cleaning once a week, they'd have to pay to, or do a deep cleaning themselves. And then, before and after treatment.
Yep.
For every game or practice session, where they open it, all they do is they go in and give it with a garden sprayer and some, proper strength bleach water, sanitize the place. Just hose it down before and after, and then lock it back up. And it'd be like the home team's, responsibility to do that every game.
Yep.
Or every session.
I think this way, that's a good idea. They're eliminating another step,
Another step.
basically, so.
Right, that's what we do up in Oxford. We make the home team is responsible for certain things. It's like they're responsible going out, pick up our bases, they gotta rake the infield, they gotta, do all this other stuff.
Mhm.
This is a 2-minute job to go in and hose it down.
So they just decided to not even open them?
Yep.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
That works. I will say that, so far, I haven't heard that there's been any, I won't say there hasn't been problems at the beach in other aspects, but
I was just gonna bring
through the
that up.
Board of Health,
Mhm.
everything's been pretty good. They've been cleaning and doing, the disinfection and everything in the restrooms. I haven't, you know, I know there's been a few police issues there, but that's, Board of Health wise, we're doing okay. And, that there have been children here utilizing the playground with their parents, of course. And it is nice to see them out there again, you know, they have their masks on,
Yep.
they've been social distancing, it is nice, and they, again, the highway is taking care of that, and we do appreciate that. It's
Nice.
just nice to give them back a little normalcy, you know, so, do you have any board comments?
I was gonna bring up the beach, and you answered the question. So
Sorry.
That was it. That was my only little note.
I took your thunder away, I'm sorry.
Okay. Jen.
Do you have any other
No,
comments?
I don't.
Okay, I have one more thing that I just received in the mail today, and with not having a clerk anymore for the Board of Health, totally kind of forgot about. Mark Bartel submitted a letter to us that he would like to be reappointed as the burial permit agent for the town of Dudley for the 2021. And thank you for our continued support for him. I did not have it on the agenda, didn't even think about it, didn't get it till today.
That was been under other business anyhow, right?
Right, so I don't, it's not like it's a huge ordeal to appoint him. He's been the burial permit agent as long as I've known. So I would gladly entertain a motion.
So I will make a motion to reappoint Mark Bartel for is it 1 year?
Yep.
1 year term of burial agent for the town of Dudley.
Second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. And we will get a letter out to him. I will work on that. And just in case anyone in the town is curious, the Board of Health does not have a clerk at this time. It is being covered. You can, if you call in and leave a message, the messages are being checked periodically, at least once a day. The most efficient way probably is to email in at boh@dudleyma.gov. That is being checked a little more often. And also that the town hall has been open now to the public for limited hours. The hours that we are open are Mondays, 12 to 4 p.m., Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. till 12 p.m. And there still will be no one in that office, but another office will be available to try to help you and get some direction if you needed it. So,
Multitasking.
yeah, at its best.
Patience, please.
Yeah, and do remember that if you do come into the town hall, you need to have a mask on. Social distancing is to be practiced at all times. There is hand sanitizer throughout.
Wipe your shoes.
There are signs as you walk in, and on each floor, there is an electronic sign that will direct you where you need to go, what room number, if you're looking for a specific thing, so. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else.
I make a motion.
I
to
second that.
adjourn today's meeting.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned at 5:07 PM. Thank you.